Human science has advanced to a massive level where now we're getting forecasting data. Personalized medicine, personalized nutrition is the new game changer. Every individual is bio individual. My brother and me have two sets of different genes for gluten intolerance. I would like to share with you the new gene report at Quant Nutrition called the Cardiology Gene Report. It took nearly 2 hours to digest this report. It's massive. Have you noticed there's a strait of people getting heart attacks? Film stars, celebrities, gym instructors. People are falling dead of heart attacks and they're more documented. Maybe people always had that many amount of heart attacks, but we didn't document it in society. So the Cardiology Gene Report is a saliva sample. It deep dives into various aspects of the heart. Now, it's very difficult to explain it technically on a video to people, but what it does is it identifies various cardiac diseases. And what this does is it tells us whether you have the genetic code for a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Now, for example, there's a gene called ILI7A, which is an inflammatory cytokine activated by T cells. T cells are immune cells. Now, research is also showing that your immune system, your protein consumption, and your genetics all are interlinked. Where do I go with this as a nutritionist? What if your diet could be reconstructed? What if your nutrition health counselor can convince you to eat healthier? Because you're an executive that eats 25 meals in a month outside the house, and those 25 meals are not constructed properly. I do have a case where one of the individuals has done the cardiac gene marker and they went running to their doctor to do all the necessary CT scan, the angiogram and everything. The doctor says, throw the genetic test out, there's nothing wrong with you. He forgot to add one point, as yet. Genes confirm upon you a certain blueprint. If you have this diagnostic data with you, I genuinely believe you will change your behavior towards sleeping correctly. Did you know if you sleep lesser, you have a higher incidence of heart disease? So you will not say, I can get by with 4 hours of sleep. You will exercise better. You will not give excuses that you don't need to exercise. When you exercise, you will get a heart rate variable to track your heart rate so that you do not overdo your exercise or you do not under exercise. And the final point is foods that will protect your heart. For example, did you know that pomegranate seeds contain beta-sitosterol? With this report, I know I have to give you beta-sitosterol as a supplement or as a pomegranate seed. I also know that to tell you not to take caffeine. I also know to tell you not to drink coffee because it contains higher levels of homocysteine, which goes and slams your cholesterol and affects half a dozen genes over here in this report, from tachycardia, bradycardia, Brugada syndrome, long form wave, stuff that I would have probably just cursively read, and I am not the expert as a cardiologist, but I do know this, that the nutrition gene report and the cardiology gene report can help you crystal ball gaze into your future. Now you might say, I don't have a family history of heart disease. I think it's because maybe sometimes people in the previous decades when they died, we did not know whether they really died of a heart attack or stroke, and therefore the assumption is that you don't have a family history. The only way to clearly prove that you don't have a family history of this, for example, I have the hemochromatosis gene. I never knew it till I did my gene test. Now, hemochromatosis gene, when I worked for one of the world's largest supplement companies, I was happily popping a multivitamin with iron supplement, and I always felt fatigued taking a multivitamin. But I did not know that the hemochromatosis gene stores more iron in the body, and excess iron makes you fatigued and damages your liver. So I always had bad liver function test, and I had higher iron, which I thought was good, but I shouldn't have been consuming it. People with hemochromatosis gene take more iron, have higher risk of heart attacks. I do have the cardiomyopathy gene. So every year I do my calcium CT score, I check my lipoprotein A, lipoprotein B, homocysteine. Now you may say, can I only do the blood test? Yes, you can do a blood test because that's real-time data and you should do it every quarter. But the genetic test is a once-in-a-lifetime test that you could do. And when you do this test, you now have behavioral direction both into how frequently you should do a blood test and use carefully the data that you need to monitor, whether it's an IL-6, a D-dimer, lipoprotein A, lipoprotein B, whatever it is. You can work with your cardiologist, you can work with your medical nutritionist. What happens is you get to the next level. So, if I were you, I'd ask for a sample of the report. Yes, your doctor will say do the blood test, but I have some of my billionaire clients going abroad and their doctors are asking for the cardiology gene test. Why? Because they're going to the best doctors in the world who are now incorporating genetic testing from a cardiology gene marker perspective into the personalized medicine practice. This is now available in India here at the Qual Nutrition Clinics, and I would love for you to get it because your body is the most expensive real estate. You're born with one body, you can't change it. You can change everything around you. The lights, the car, the house, the laptop, the mobile phone, everything. But do you live as a landlord in your body or do you live as a tenant? The landlord will ask for the blueprint, the architectural blueprint of your body to decide what raw material to procure to take care of this mansion that you have and hopefully get it to last 100 years.